Hello, I'm Michelle and welcome to Somewhere in Bookland. Today I'm going to be talking about my goals for 2019. Well, reading goals, that is. I have about 8 goals for 2019 and I'm just going to start off with the first goal, which is the Goodreads goal. I set my Goodreads goal to 50 books, which is something I've been doing for the past couple years. I had been setting it to 100, but I don't want to feel the pressure, and 50 books I don't feel pressured to read really. I can get to 50 pretty easily. Even last year I didn't have a problem getting to 50 when I didn't want to read at all. And so I'm pretty confident with 50. I want to be able to hit the goal because I like recording. I don't know if this is true, but I was told that if you don't hit the goal, then it doesn't save all the books you read that year for you and like the little convenient you hit your goal thing. And I don't want to risk that. I don't know if it's true or not, but I don't want to risk it. So I set it to something I know I can reach, which is 50 books. And my ultimate goal though, even though I set it to 50, in my mind, I always would like to hit 100 books. I didn't reach that last year. I only read 86 books last year, which was above 50, so I was happy and I knew I was very in a not reading mood for the majority of the year. So it didn't really bug me as much as I thought it would, but my ultimate goal is 100 books. Now, I do have a couple of little goals throughout the year, and if I were to hit all of those little goals and not read any other books besides the ones that would hit those goals, it would be 58 books if I did my math right. I'm not exactly sure I did, but if I did, it would be 58 books. So my second goal is to finish all of my unread R.S. Gray books, and there are 3 that I still have to read. I'm not exactly sure what they are right now because I'm looking at my notes and I put acronyms for them. I don't know what the acronyms stand for. So the 3 books by R.S. Gray that I need to read this year to complete this goal are The Allure of Julian Lefray, The Allure of Dean Harper, and Lock and Key, all of which I own the ebooks already. I am slowly buying all of her books in physical copy, but I do have all of them on ebook. And then I also have to read any books that she publishes this year, which I already know that she's publishing one on March 7th, which is like an early birthday present to me since my birthday is on the 9th. But she's publishing one on March 7th called Make Me Bad, so I have to read that as well as any others she might publish in the year. She usually publishes about 2 a year, so I'm expecting another one later in the year. So that will bring it up to like 5 books. But I wasn't counting any books that she published this year when I said 58. I was just counting those 3 books. Now, my third goal is to read all of Mariana Zapata's published books because I have slowly grown to love her this year. Well, actually, I've very quickly grown to love her this year. And she has 6 books that I have not read. I've only read 3 of hers, so hers is a little more. Well, I mean, not more. R.S. Gray has 19 books published, and I have read 16 of them in the past couple years since I first found her. I've read 16 of her published works and I just have 3 left. Mariana Zapata has 9 published, and so far I've only read 3 of them, so I still have to read 6 more of her books and anything that she publishes this year, which I'm sure she will. So for Mariana Zapata, I still have to read Under Lock, Wait for It, Colty, Rhythm Chord and Malikin, Lingus, and her most recently published Luna and the Lie. I own all of these on ebooks as well because I bought them all. Both Mariana Zapata and R.S. Gray are not in my library. I know I can recommend them, but I've just bought all of their ebooks. They tend to have decently priced ebooks too, for like $3 or $4 for the most part. But I recently bought all of their ebooks. I think Mariana Zapata's are a little more, but R.S. Gray's is really decently priced, especially if you pre-order. If you pre-order her ebooks, usually she'll have the pre-order for 99 cents. So if you pre-order it, you get it for 99 cents. Anyways, I tend to, I knew I was going to do these goals, so I bought them all so I won't have any excuses as to why I didn't hit them if I don't hit them. My next goal, so my 4th goal, is to reread all 7 Harry Potter books and annotate them because I just want to annotate them. I wish I would have annotated them the first time I read them, but also I'm kind of glad I didn't because then I have my original copies without writing in them. But I wish I would have annotated them the first time I read them, but I was in elementary school. I didn't want to do that. Even now, I'm just like, do I really want to? But I want all my thoughts, all my feelings, all my memories in the books. I even got this edition of the books so I can annotate these and not have to annotate the other copies I have, which I have these ones, which I'm annotating. I didn't want to annotate my original copies, and I didn't want to annotate my illustrated editions. So I have these books. I also have these now all on audiobook because my wife is listening to them and she is almost done with book 3 and she is loving it. And she's seen all the movies but she's never read the books, and I'm very excited that she's loving it. My 5th reading goal for the year is going to be a relatively easy one, and that is to read 12 new releases from this year. And that breaks down to, of course, one a month, which is why I said 12. But that is to read 12 new releases this year. And if you look at my stats video, I tend to read a lot of new releases. I think I read like 40 something new releases last year. And so I don't think I'll have a problem with reading 12 new releases. My next goal is one I think I am going to have a problem with, and that is to read 6 classics. I think I'm gonna have a problem with this because I tend to not read classics, and this shall be interesting. 6 classics. It could be anything. They could be children's classics, like A Little Princess is apparently a children's classic, and I loved that book growing up and I've been meaning to reread it and I just haven't, so it could be A Little Princess. My next goal is also going to be, like I said, I want to up my page count this year. I said that in my stats video, which I don't know if it's before this one or not, but I would like to up my page count, and I would like to read 12 tomes this year. And a tome is anything that's over 500 pages. So 12. Last year I read 6 tomes, and so I just doubled it, and that's 12. A tome a month. Did you hear my voice like kind of squeak right there? That's 12. So this will be a hard challenge for me, but I'm excited. Now my last and final goal is to read 12 books that I already owned prior to 2019. So it could be books that I bought last year. It could be books that I just owned for a long time. It's just to read 12 books off my TBR that I'd already owned prior to 2019. In reality, I'm hoping to read a lot more than 12, but the plan is at least 12. And that's it. Those are all my goals that I have for this year. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be others I come up with along the way. Like, I didn't even say this one, but I would like to participate in a readathon each month. But I don't know how strict I'm going to be with that goal because my new job apparently gets very, very, very busy during summer. They call it 100 Days of Summer. And they said, do not be surprised if you work 30 days straight without a day off. Which sounds suckish, but like, sounds like a lot of overtime and double time, and I have no kids as of right now, and I already warned my wife, and we're both going to be sad but excited for the money, the extra money. So tentatively that's a goal, to participate in a readathon each month. For January, I plan on doing the 24 and 48 readathon, which is soon. It might have already passed by the time I posted this. For February, I'm leaning towards the Contemporary-a-thon. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Click the thumbs up if you like this video. Click subscribe if you want to see more of this face in your feed. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.